What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be live trading today. I'm going to take you guys through all the trades I take, why I take them, and kind of how I see the charts throughout the day. So right off open, this is what we look like. So on our watch list today, we have the 686 calls for the 0DT chart, and then we also have the 684 puts here for the put side on the 0DT chart. So that's what we have on the watch list here. And then on the Friday contracts, we are on the 680 calls for Friday. 10's above the 50, market's bullish, but we do have some resistance right here. So this 4-hour 50 is a really big spot. It's sloped down quite a bit. I would favor this rejecting today. This is a big area on this chart. Like I said, it sloped down very hard. The more it sloped down, the more of a resistance it'll be. So if I had to guess, we're probably going to end up topping today and see a move lower at some point today. So negative cross on calls would be actually a really good trade probably to take. But yeah, when we go back to the 0DT chart, we are getting this kind of reclaim on the call side. I don't think I'm going to take it though, just because of that 4-hour 50. It's massive resistance. I think this chart's going to end up giving out, crossing negative, and ideally, I don't even know what the trade would be. We're in a weird spot. I mean, 30-minute chart is crossed, and then we're at heavy resistance. So if anything, I would want to see some sort of downside play. It's just weird because we're still going to be above this 50 SMA here. So I mean, if the calls did go negative, I think I would actually give this a go. 50's all the way down here. For puts to cross, I don't know where we would be at on the Friday chart. If that were to happen, maybe that would be a trade I would still take if we're not sitting at this 50, just because of the heavy resistance we're at here on the 4 hour. So that's kind of the game plan for today, what I'm going to be looking for. So I'll swing back when we end up getting a setup. All right, we're currently watching to see if this is going to cross right here on the put side. We get this cross, we go short. Simple as that. We grab some short. I'm short right now. I don't have the screen pulled up yet, but yeah, I'm short. See if we get a sell going here. All right, currently short. Gonna add some more soon. See what we get going. Simple 5-minute cross on puts. Expecting this to drop. Cross this on the puts. Let's get paid. I want to get like 1 NQ on this, but I'm only in 5 right now, taking it light for starters. And then once we start to actually cross and get the move, I will add some more. And NQ has been weak all day, so let's see if we get a move going. We'll go back here. We're just playing this put cross here. I'm in before the cross. I'm pretty bearish, won't lie. So we're in some, and we are crossed here on the 30 minutes. Some people will be confused as to why I'm short. 30-minute chart right here. Yes, we're crossed, but one, there's big room to go from where we're at to this 50 SMA, which is the key support, And then if we go to the 4-hour, we are rejecting this massive, massive area that I've been talking about the last couple of days. So that's kind of the thesis for the trade and why I'm taking this put cross. So that's what we got going right now. I don't even know what I'm targeting on this, to be honest. I mean, yeah, 50 points would put us at like right around here. Let's put some limits down in here. Do I think it's going to go way past here? Yes, I'm going to trim half down there. Or a little, I'm going to trim 4 of the 7 that I got down there. Let's get a nice fat candle all the way down to the TPs, and yeah, trim half for like 50, and then just let the rest ride, break even, stop. Candle's just gonna send us to the gutter, if I had to guess. Alright, maybe the next candle we get the nuke. Maybe not right now. Next candle's probably going to open and hopefully just take us to the gutter. Alright. There we go. W move. Here's the cross. You can see the cross. We're still going. Wow, we're really dumping now. We're crossed. We're dumping. Now we're getting paid on it. So I'm just going to continue to hold this. We got like half going. I was hefty size on this. So not too hefty. I mean, 1 NQ, but you know, still good sizing for the trade. Catching 50 points. So love the dump. Love the dump. Just send this lower. Send it lower. Paid the gang. Call this out on the Discord. We're up. Are we up? I don't even know. I'm going to continue to hold this though. We have room to drop to the 30-minute 50, so I'm going to try and hold this as long as I can. I think we're going to just keep going lower. These lows back in here, maybe we'll go grab, but great initial move on that. Gonna get evened on this now? That'd be unfortunate. Won't lie. Damn, I think we are. They could wick this candle back down. That'd be great. They might just pump it though. Dang, that's crazy. Just gonna hop out the rest. All right, so the day's over. We ended up taking that cross earlier on the put side. We ended up catching a solid move, got like 50, 60 points out of it, and then unfortunately we ended up getting this pullback to the 50 before we made a little bit of a move lower. I mean, it didn't really go much lower. Probably wouldn't have hit my TPs anyways, but yeah, that was the trade we took. Very simple, 5-minute cross on the put side, 10 SMA crossing the 50 on the 584 puts, and we caught a nice move out of it. You guys saw when I took the entry live, and we got a nice move. I mean, it's very simple. And again, the reason we took that, we go back to the 30-minute chart. I already went over this, but just again to repeat this. Yes, 30-minute chart was crossing the calls, but we have this 4-hour 50 SMA area. We're still kind of below it, and the 4-hour 50 is still sloped down a bit. So honestly, I still do favor lower into tomorrow until this 4-hour 50 breaks. Once we get candle closure or two above the 4-hour 50, I would be more bullish. But for now, the 50 is sloped down pretty hard. We got a little rejection today and we caught the move lower, but it wasn't that significant of a drop. So I feel like tomorrow's probably going to be another red day. Or actually, I think that was today a green day. I don't even know. But I think we're going to go down lower tomorrow at least and hit this maybe 4-hour or this 30-minute 50. But would it be crazy if this 50 didn't hold? No, just because we're at the 4-hour, it's a big spot, and we tend to get big rejections off of it. So I'm swinging some puts in tomorrow. We'll have to see how that goes. I have a 2 weeks out expiration, a little over 2 weeks out expiration. So yeah, I'm kind of just trying to play this rejection, seeing if we can get a move lower. If not, if we start to break above that 50, I'll just hop out. But I like the risk to reward on it, because a lot of times when we do see we get a lot of tops formed off of this 4-hour 50 when it comes to the trend. So the 4-hour 50 tends to end the trend a lot of the time, so I'm taking the shot on it, and yeah, we'll see how this kind of plays out. But yeah, very simple day. That's the only trade we end up taking, and we did end up swinging Google. I think I went over this yesterday. I'm going to be stopping out on it first. We have Apple here again off open. I ended up stopping out at the rest of the runners I had for like 15%, and then like I said, we have Google, which we ended up taking a loss on around like 30%. So if I pull up Google, I'll still go over the loss that we took. The only problem was that 4-hour 50, because we ended up hitting that major resistance, so that kind of dragged other names down with it, and Google was obviously one of them. So this is the trade we took, just a simple 30-minute cross. Ended up, I got out. I initially played this right here, caught like 50-60%, trimmed half, and got back in. Or actually closed my position at some point yesterday when the 50 turned down, got back in around the 50, and we held it, and it was up like 30%. Not enough for me to trim though, even though we took a loss. Yeah, in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, I probably should have taken my profit, but no, it's not part of the system how I trade. I'm looking for at least 50% before I take anything off. And yeah, unfortunately, off open, just ended up breaking the 50. I got out, and we took a loss on that. So that was probably the first. I mean, a lot of the 30-minute crosses have been working very good. That was kind of it wasn't the best trade in the world given where SPY was at, but I gave it a shot, especially with how we looked on the 4-hour chart. So now this 4-hour chart just looks terrible. I mean, this looks super bearish on Google. Would not be surprised if it went lower, because this is crossing negative now. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But that's what we did today. Game plan for tomorrow, very simple. I'm honestly open to taking either side tomorrow. Call cross I'll take, or a put cross. I know we're still cross on the 30-minute. I would want this 50 SMA to break first before entering a put cross. If it slopes down at any time tomorrow and we're getting a put cross, I'll be taking the put cross. But yeah, it's kind of like this is one of those like situational scenarios where we're at that 4-hour 50, so the rules kind of change when it comes to the system. Even though we're crossed here on the 30-minute, we're at major resistance. So if we do end up getting a put cross, I will give it a try, because there's a chance that the 4-hour 50 just tanks us, breaks the trend, and we go lower. So that's kind of my thought process on trades for tomorrow. Call cross, put cross, as long as we're not sitting right at the 50, I'd be open to taking the put cross. Preferably we break the 50 first, then cross on puts. But if we do get the drop tomorrow, then they're probably already gonna be crossed. So yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. I'll record tomorrow any trades that we end up taking, and yeah, same thing as today. So if you guys enjoyed, drop a sub, join the court if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.